The Pittsburgh Steelers made it to the AFC Conference game, but unfortunately they were blown out by the New England Patriots. Now, when I look at their team, obviously they need to re-sign Bell because Bell is obviously probably, if not the best running back, the second best running back in the National Football League. Now, on offense, obviously it's about health. When I look at their team, obviously Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and hell, even their big sign Ladarius Green could not stay on the field. So obviously that's a big concern right there. So when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously they got depth on the offensive side of the ball. Now they do like some of the receivers, obviously, but maybe a number two that's basically kind of reliable, who's maybe a 900-yard receiver right there, maybe almost similar to a Golden Tate or something like that. And there are some in the draft that they could go after, but obviously I think their main needs are on defense, which I'll get to later on in the video. Now, obviously, I think another interesting player that they could go for depth at backup quarterback is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick obviously has been in the league for a while, and I look at Landry Jones. Landry Jones isn't quite ready yet to be, and obviously they need one of the better backups in the league because, well, Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt a lot, and he already considered retirement, so that's a big concern right there. Now, obviously, they already got a guy in D'Angelo Williams who's getting up there in a little bit of age, but as a backup, he should maintain himself. And obviously, he wasn't used that much in Carolina, so I guess he got like a year or two left and all of that. And then when it comes to tight end, Ladarius Green has to stay healthy. So most of it is health, and they obviously got to manage that. But also, I look at it, it's on the defensive side of the ball, too. Now, when I look at their team, some of their players need to develop better. Obviously, they haven't been the best drafters. When I look at corner, I definitely think they got to consider drafting high at cornerback and possibly a cornerback that can also play man coverage. Because if you're going to beat New England, you're going to have to play man coverage a lot. And I think that can be very helpful and be very useful. And I look at a lot of AFC teams, you got to play man coverage against them. So that's something that you have to do right there. So get a cornerback there. And I obviously that's not a team that's built around cornerback, but that's definitely a position that they should focus on highly. And when it comes to linebackers, obviously they got Shazier, Timmons, Bud Dupree, and obviously those guys have been developing. And obviously Cameron Hayward, fortunately, was injured, so a lot of it's health. But they have to continue drafting on the defensive side of the ball. And I think they got to go aggressive in the draft. They have to maybe trade up in the draft because a guy like Marshawn Lattimore might be taken top 10 in the draft. And if he falls in the middle somewhere, that's definitely a guy you got to consider. Now, when it comes to free agency, obviously, Le'Veon Bell, I think, wants to become a Seahawk, so you obviously got to pay Le'Veon Bell because Ben Roethlisberger is getting up there in age. And maybe you got to talk to Ben Roethlisberger about possibly taking a pay cut because he hasn't stayed too much on the field. So just ask for him, and I think he'd be willing to do that if he's willing to slug in one more like Super Bowl and all that. And I think that's the goal of the Steelers in the next 2-3 years is try to get a Super Bowl. So obviously there's going to be some moves right there that they have to make. Now, obviously they could go after Cordell Patterson as wide receiver depth. I know he had some success as a return man, but he's not necessarily a first priority. Obviously their O-line's very good. I know their left tackle is definitely he's good, but sometimes he can get exploited at times, and that might be an issue with Ben Roethlisberger if he really wants to huck it and chuck it deep. So obviously they're definitely on defense. I look at most of the part. In offense, it's just like they just gotta stay healthy, and if they know they're not gonna stay healthy, they're gonna build up on depth, just like what they did with Le'Veon Bell. They got D'Angelo Hall. So with Ben Roethlisberger, get Ryan Fitzpatrick. Antonio Brown, you're probably gonna get a number 2 right there. You could probably get a guy in the 5th round, 6th round that could be a good player right there. Obviously, and how Antonio Brown was a 6th round pick. So those are definitely some positions to be eyeballing right there. So overall, when I look at the Steelers, depth on offense, and then build your defense up and hope some of your high picks will develop.